championships on wild card selections. They're back into the third place bout. Perry was victorious over Foster earlier in the day. That was a 3-2 win for Perry. Foster came back defeating Richard Perry and Jonathan Reeder by tech fall. Chris Perry dropped a 5-0 decision to Keith Gavin in the semifinals before defeating Deron Wynn 12-3. Foster would be eligible for that true second place in the challenge tournament. So that'd be a third place on the national team if he were to defeat Perry here. Perry is not, as he fell to Gavin earlier today.
Perry right away in on that high crotch. Wasn't real active till late in the match. Last time they wrestled versus, last time him and Foster wrestled. And wow, Mat 2, Nazar Koldashitsky gets the 1-point push out with seconds remaining, making it 4-3, and both Angry Birds get thrown on Mat 2. First from LaValle's coach, the Minnesota Storm coaches toss out their Angry Bird, and then Nazar's coaches throw out theirs and say, we want to challenge whatever they're challenging.
And remember, those can be yours. Signed by the men's championship team, the Redbird, and the Bluebird signed by the women's world team.
Lewis questioning whether Clayton was out before the takedown. You'll be able to watch it right now yourself.
Good elbow pop there, going for that far ankle. It's Chris Perry.
Attention, in men's freestyle coaches, there will be a seating meeting following the conclusion of the weigh-ins at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The meeting will be in the same room as yesterday.
Sort of a similar pace match that we saw earlier today. Very calculated. Chris Perry got active.
Good high crotch there from Foster. He lifts, and how are they going to score this? I think no points awarded yet, as Foster looks to rip that hand off the leg, try to get behind Perry, and Perry almost exposes, or Foster almost exposed Perry there, and we'll see what they score.
The mat judge had 2 up. I believe it was confirmed by the chairman.
I guess not.
Actually, it was passivity that was confirmed.
And so the passivity to Perry, and Foster was real close to exposing Chris Perry there. Both these guys, yeah.
Actually, I had my my colors mixed up there. And when they held the paddle up, they were confirming the passivity rather than exposure for Foster.
Yeah, both these guys, Oklahoma State Cowboys at one point in their careers. Foster out at Wyoming now. Perry still training down at Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Some good quick fakes from Perry, trying to get Foster biting, get a little movement from him.
So if you remember last time, Foster held a 2-0 lead before Perry scored that takedown on the edge of the mat to make it 2-2, and then ultimately 3-2 was the finish of that bout.
Got a good view of Chris Perry there, his brother Mark Perry in his corner. Clayton Foster getting toweled off by his staff, heading out to the center. Now Perry in a shot, defended off by Foster. Foster leads 1-0 here in this bout on the backside. Clayton Foster, Chris Perry.
Third place a little more meaningful for Foster. As we say that, Perry to the duck. Foster clears out it, but Foster could challenge for the national team
Good
spot.
elbow pass, high crotch from Foster, and he looks to score this one, and he does. And then he's going to get exposure, so it should be a 5-0 lead here for Clayton Foster. And he's got a gut locked up, driving forward, looking for another turn. This would be big for Clayton Foster, and he gets another turn. That makes it 9-0. Clayton Foster, he leads. And little turn of events from last time they wrestled, as it was a close match. Foster said not this time.
And as it was 3, there was the takedown.
I believe there should be 2 more points on the turn. He got the takedown, lace, and then tacked on the turns there. Not too sure, though. We'll see how they referee going to the head table get this thing figured out.
And it was actually the Bluebird from Perry's corner. We believe that there probably should be 2 more points up for Clayton Foster out of the exchange. With the takedown exposure, that first 2 set, I think, is where the controversy could be, whether it was straight to exposure or it was a takedown, separation, then exposure.
Yeah. So 7-0, and Chris Perry got to fire off some attacks here. You see him be a little more active, a little more offensive as he's down 7-0, a lot different than the last time they wrestled in that first round.
And, you know, some of this could be what's at stake here. Foster has, you know, possible berth on the national team with a match with Gavin, where that's not there for Perry.
Yeah.
A little more incentive there for Clayton Foster.
Please be advised that bout 73 has a go time of 2:04.
Foster takes an attack, ends up in that front head, and trying to get back to that leg, but look for Perry to try and get a good roll here.
Bout 74, excuse me, has a go time of 2:06. 73, a go time of 2:04.
There's a good attack there from Clayton Foster. He gets that ankle, and Perry jumps over the top, and a good job by him jumping over the top, almost into that far ankle scramble position. He comes out behind and gets the takedown. And he's looking for a low gut here with 30 seconds left. A few gut wrenches from Perry, and he could be in this thing, but he's not going to get it. They're going to put him back on their feet, and he's down 5 here with 23 seconds left, and you're going to need a big flurry if you're Chris Perry. We know he's got a fireman's carry, and we'll see if we can see that fireman's carry here. Feet to back would be big for Perry, but time clicking down.
Go time of 2:06. Those will both be on map 2. 74, go time 2:04. 72, go time 2:06.
And that'll click down, and reverse of what happened first round. Chris Perry beat Clayton Foster earlier in this tournament 3-2, and Foster turns around the score and wins 7-2 this time on the backside, and he's going to take 3rd place here. And